Hey guys, Chris here, and you're watching a replay commentary for Heroes of the Storm. Let's jump right in. This is a Hero League game I played on Thursday with Valla. And as you know, normally I don't remember when I play those games, but this was the Hero League game that promoted me into Masters, which is the first time for me in this new league format. So Season 1 I ended up on Diamond 1. This time I did it and made it into Masters, which I'm obviously very happy about. So I also remember when I played this game. So Valla has become my favorite assassin over the last couple of weeks. She obviously was changed a couple of months ago, but didn't fall back into my favor for quite a while. I don't actually remember why, because she was always a very good pick, and I really enjoyed to play her. But it just didn't happen. But now, after seeing a couple of people play her, she just became more of a favorite of mine again. On level 1 we're going to Hot Pursuit, because we want to go multi-shot build, meaning we need the mana and also the movement speed on level 1 is really good. So Hot Pursuit will give you a lot of chances to avoid enemies and fights. So that's a very good talent if you don't want to go for the Q build, for example. So my team cleared mid very quickly, and I rotated down now to get the lane. We're fighting a little bit in the mid, so I have to stick in mid. Stick in bottom. Valla is not the best solo laner. She's fine, like she's doing fine, but it's not, your preferred choice. Against Lunara especially, it's okay, but she can outpoke you and outduel you if she gets to hit you. The good thing for me was that I played against a very defensive and scared Lunara, so I was able to be okay. Just rotating up now to see if I can get a couple of shots on Chromie and Rhaegar maybe. I tanked 2 tower shots, but that's fine. This rotation makes a lot of sense because I saw that the Lunara was staying bot, so she didn't put pressure on when I had to clear the minion wave, meaning I know that she's not gonna be bothering my team that much, and therefore I will have an easier time to do this. This is very important when you use multi-shot. Always try to hit the enemy hero as well if you're laning. I used my my arrow here just to clear a little bit of health away from the minions so that they don't have enough or don't have a lot of health and don't take too many tower shots out of this. So early game without the multi-shot talents, I can use multi-shot very frequently because it doesn't matter which hatred stacks I have. Now on level 4 we pick up Punishment, so my hatred stacks will increase the damage of multi-shot by 4, so you want to have 10 stacks at best to have 40% more multi-shot damage. But obviously it doesn't always happen like that. But you want to make sure that you stack a little bit before you use it on objectives, like for example on Infernal Shrines you want to stack before you use multi-shot on the little minions. That being said, multi-shot also has only like 12-second cooldown, so it's not the end of the world if you miss the stacks. So this game was one of those games where you have pretty good stats. Like at the end of the game I will have pretty good stats to end with, but I didn't feel that my gameplay was that effective on what happened. So my team was basically, and here you see the new combo that you didn't have in before. We will jump back to the point that I was making earlier. So now when you vault, the first attack that you do will have more auto attack damage. It does 6% increased damage per stacks of hatred. So again, if you have 10 stacks, you have 60% more damage on that auto attack, which is like really huge against many squishies. Like in this case against Lunara, it gave me a bit of an edge here, so I was able to at least try to contest this or like threaten to take this. She's coming in now, and she had well, so I'm just dodging her Q now. But yeah, it's very good to have the wall extra damage. So as I said, and you will see something else here. There you go, I hit her, and that's how you get a kill against the squishy. So if you hit your combination of multi-shot, siphoning arrow, and vault shot, you can do a lot of damage. Like hungering arrow. So like, the arrow does 191 damage, then you have like 200 damage from the multi-shot, and then you have like, I want to say like 200-300 damage from the auto attack as well, depending on how many stacks you have and how late it is in the game. This can be a very powerful combination. To get back to the point that I wanted to make earlier, this is one of the games where my team, in my opinion, had the bigger impact on the game. I try to lane bottom because I can, and I think it makes from looking at our lineup, a lot of sense, because we basically have that situation that we have 2 tanks. Merlin is not the best laner. He doesn't have very good wave clear, so staying with Kathos and Mafir makes sense because he can set up ganks and everything, but obviously doesn't clear the wave very well. So I had to take the lane and do some laning. It's not the best thing to do as a Valla, and also leads me away from team fights because I'm not in the lane where a couple of people are. So chances are that I will not be team fighting much. I killed the Wisp there with the multi-shot, and when I was doing it, I was wondering if it was worth it. That being said, again, it's only a 12-second cooldown, and doesn't cost that much mana because I'm able to stack my hatred quite a bit. So I think it's fine. If I can fix the hatred stacks here. If I do this, no, I can't. So we can see the hatred stacks in the replay, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, my team is fighting top around the zappers. So I'm just gonna continue to farm minions here, and this might be a mistake. I should have probably rotated up because we're already up like 2 levels or 1.5 levels. So me farming might not be the best choice. That being said, my positioning here was really good because it gave me the ability to properly pressure Rexa. That being said, the execution was pretty bad. I think I could have killed him if I did it better and maybe waited for my vault when he was running away. Because obviously he would be running away, so maybe it would have been better to, vault later. This is now really good. What I'm doing is basically zeta stepping, but also just attacking the bear, so I keep my stacks up, meaning that I will do a lot of damage to anybody now. But also it just allows me to have multi-shots going out that do a lot of damage. We're a little bit lucky here because they are not able to interrupt us on the second one, and then after that they're pretty much out of position, and they just die on everything. This is also important. We move bottom. Like, I saw that I was able to go back on the bear, but it probably would have been dangerous. Now my firm had a couple of seconds to heal everybody, use the clans to make sure that Chen can escape, and now they clump up quite a bit. We get level 10. I directly choose Strafe, and we get another kill. So this is the strength of Valla. You have constantly pressure. Like, I do 200 damage with each auto attack that I do. So even if I just hit the bear of Rexa, if I hit Misha, it will just still be damage that goes out that has to be healed, that costs mana on Rexa, and also mana on Rega because he needs to heal things. And then if I can keep up my stacks, my multi-shot will obviously do a lot more damage, meaning I can do way more pain, or inflict way more pain on my enemies. This is a very good decision. By the way, nice shot by Chromie, predicting where I will be standing. And I want to avoid that, so I'm gonna, as you can see, stutter step here and to still get hit because I'm not checking out where Chromie is actually shooting. I'm just stutter stepping, so that's something that you should always keep in mind when you're stutter stepping. If you can't see Chromie, or if you don't look at Chromie, stutter stepping might actually work against you because you might walk back to the exact position that you were before, and then it's easier for Chromie to hit you. But as you can see, I even take like a third of the life Arthur's away with my combo, so it's pretty strong. Here I use Strafe just to secure the kill, but also because I'm a little worried about dying. I lost like most of my health, so for me to continue to auto attack, that would have been very risky. So I just use Strafe because I can be further away. I move down here and kill the Wisp. Chen jumps into 2, so maybe we should have stopped and helped them. That being said, they just got 10, so it's obviously very risky to fight there, and we get pretty uncontested shot here. And again, this is what I meant at the beginning of the game. My teammates had a big impact on the game. They did get a lot of kills and played very well. So you will have games where you play well and you lose a game and you think, oh man, my teammates could have done more. But then you will also have games like this where you play okay, but your teammates will have the big impact and made the big plays. That being said, I think my play here was pretty good, pretty decent. Chen goes in deep. I see the Pyroblast going off, so I go after her to bring her low. Unfortunately, the Ancestral just heals her completely. I get cleansed. And now I'm just hitting the bear. And as I see that we're running out of minions, I'm gonna hit the tower so that we will be in a position where we can fight here without being constantly attacked by the frost arrow. And as you can see, I'm just kiting backwards now. I'm attacking, kiting backwards, and now I can go forwards to get the kill on Arthas. Now the town is recharging. I'm replenishing my auto attacks by vaulting. Not replenishing, I'm empowering my auto attacks. Obviously, I don't run enough auto attacks. And again, another kill. This is really good to do with Valla, like stutter stepping and kiting enemies away. Not standing still is really, really strong because you basically are a much harder target to hit, but it also means you have a better chance to avoid enemy attacks. So at this point, for example, I'm only hit by a couple of chromie attacks, not by a lot of them. So it helps to be this agile and walk around. So I thought we would be doing boss because we had a couple of them dying and they have to defend 2 bell towers now. Bottom and top have been taken, so we would have gotten 6 shots. That being said, my team decided to go back and heal and do camps, so no boss for us. Opening the wall here was important to just do a couple of shots on the wall. And they take bottom back, so we know where they are, so we can't be too offensive here because they will be coming in. Chrome uses her spells to clear the minion wave. Not the best choice, I think. Here again, like, my team makes the right move and actually kills Rexxar because he's way out of position. I'm not following them. I actually get the bell tower, or the tower. Sorry, the altar. Again, we get out the Ancestral, and I think it's worth to use Strafe and Pyroblast here. Pyroblast also has like 90-second cooldown, so it's not, you know, super worth it, but Ancestral has 90 seconds, so it's a very long cooldown, and I only have like 60 seconds on Strafe. So I think it's fine to use it in combination of Pyroblast, just in the chance that it will kill the hero. Obviously, with a high HP hero with like Arthas, it's a bit more easy to hit the Ancestral. We're getting the boss now as well, while the enemy team has to take back their bell tower. This is something that obviously on Towers of Doom, the way that we're snowballing early on is very powerful because you basically have pressure everywhere. Like, they have to do everything correct to come back into this game. Rhaegar was a little bit of position. I actually mistime a couple of things here. Now that I see that we have to fall back, I'm just going to use Strafe again. This helps me to escape by still do damage. And here I get a nice cleanse by Mouth, which I didn't see coming in the game, so that's why I vaulted in the hope that I would escape the combination. And this is really bad for us. This is really bad. We stacked up. That's definitely my mistake. I vault into them to do some damage and to get a couple of get my combo out, but it's not worth it. Like, it's definitely not worth it. We should have just backed. And it's a difficult and dangerous time as well, because if they were able to get more kills here, more than me, it would have been really bad, because they could have caught up to us in levels quite a bit. The good thing is, though, that we have more altars coming, and their core is already pretty low, so... Another couple of shots. And we're contesting up here even, so it's like not, you know, like... very tricky. Now they're also getting a kill on Kelthas. But I'm coming back now as well. So I'm just going to try to kill Rexxar, sorry. I mistime the strafe a little bit because I lose vision of Rexxar, but that doesn't make any difference because I just get the kill. And now I'm just missing my combo. And I will die here. Doesn't matter. We win. The core is killed. And that's that for the game. We did play pretty well, I think. And MVP goes to Meridian, who played very, very well in this game. I think he was one of the guys that initiated a couple of very good fights. And that's about it. As you can see, I did a lot of more core damage because I tapped through the altars and everything. You can see if I can open the stats. No, I can't. One of the things with Valla is that she's a very good damage dealer in general. But as I said in this game, I never felt that I was a big part of the whole shebang. But I did see a lot of positive things out of the game. And if we look at the stats right now, that I will open up now, we will see what I mean with that. So jump back and went into the replay to see the stats, just to bring over the point, as I said earlier, about team effort and how we play in the team. So again, looking at the stats, I have the most siege damage in the team, and actually in the game, I think. Let me check. Yeah, most siege damage in the game, and also most hero damage, and my XP contribution is also best. So looking at this, you would say like you had an amazing game, Chris. Like you had the most damage, most XP. You only died 2 times, and you have like 10 and a bit kills. So you only missed like seven kills, 7 team fights basically. Not even team fights, but like you were in a range for 7 kills. So my feeling when I watched the replay the first time after winning the game was that I didn't actually contribute that much. Overall, obviously, my numbers look good. But for me, this is one of those games where I played okay, but my team made the most of it. Like looking at Kelthos, he was there for 16.5 of the 17 kills. Basically, probably he missed one Misha kill or whatever. And he has less damage. He has 20,000 less damage than me, but he was in most team fights, and he did die twice as well. That being said, one of them was at the very end where it doesn't really count. And then we have Chen and Muradin, who both tanked more than 50,000 damage and never died once. So I think looking at those games where you kind of feel like you didn't do that much, or where you feel like the team carried you, always keep those in mind when you look at Hero League, because you will have games where you have the same stat lines and you will lose, and then you will think, wow, I was so good, but my team didn't pull their weight, and that's why we lost. While looking at this now, I see like I did put my stats up, and I did okay, I think, but clearly my team did more than me overall. At least I feel like that. So again, always reflect on those games, and don't get down too much on games where you have good stats and you lose, because sometimes you will have good stats and you didn't actually provide a lot to the game. Or you will have bad stats even and your team carries you. So don't get too down on that. But that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. We will see each other soon again, I hope. If you have any comments, let me know. I will always try to make the videos more interesting and better. And other than that, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.